The cargo hold stretches into darkness, wider than the ROV's light can reach in a single pass. Steel deck plates run beneath rows of military trucks, each one parked exactly where it was secured decades ago. Their hulls are armored. Gun shields rise from truck beds. Spare tire mounts jut from rear bumpers. Every vehicle faces the same direction, arranged in the tight formation used for transport loading. Rust coats the metal surfaces in uneven patches, but the shapes remain distinct. A mounted machine gun points toward the hold's ceiling, its barrel corroded but intact. The trucks sit low on flattened tires, their weight pressing into sediment that has sifted across the deck. This is not a battlefield loss. This is a convoy that never reached shore. The ship is a Vietnam War transport, built to carry tactical vehicles from Pacific supply depots to combat zones in Southeast Asia. It went down with its full cargo, and the ocean has preserved what the surface world forgot. The first vehicle deck holds 23 trucks in 4 parallel rows. Each truck measures roughly 20 feet from bumper to tailgate, built on a 2.5-ton chassis used throughout the war. The cargo beds are open top, framed by welded steel plating that rises to shoulder height. These are gun trucks, convoy escort vehicles modified far beyond factory specifications. Armor panels cover the cab doors and windshields. The plating is crude, bolted and riveted in overlapping sections that follow no standard template. Each truck crew adapted their vehicle differently. Some armor extends only to the door frames. Others built full enclosures around the driver's compartment, with small vision slits cut into the steel. The mounted weapons remain in place. Most trucks carry a single heavy machine gun positioned center rear in the cargo bed, surrounded by sandbag revetments that have deteriorated into shapeless mounds. The gun shields are semicircular, thick enough to stop rifle rounds. A few trucks mount dual weapons, positioned at opposite corners of the bed for overlapping fields of fire. Paint markings are faint but readable on several vehicles. Unit designations appear on door panels. Convoy numbers are stenciled near the tailgates. One truck displays a nickname across its armor, rendered in hand-painted letters now obscured by marine growth. These were working vehicles, not parade equipment. The interiors are accessible through open doors and missing canvas covers. Steering wheels sit behind cracked windshields. Dashboard gauges are frozen at 0. Bench seats have collapsed, their padding long dissolved. Toolkits remain strapped to inner walls. Ammunition boxes are stacked in the cargo beds, their contents corroded beyond identification. The trucks are not randomly scattered. They occupy measured intervals, positioned for maximum deck efficiency during loading operations. Chains trail from wheel wells to deck anchor points. The ship's crew secured each vehicle before departure, and those restraints held through the sinking. The vessel was commissioned as a tactical transport in 1967, part of a rapid expansion of Pacific logistics capability. Its primary route connected Subic Bay in the Philippines to Da Nang and Cam Ranh Bay in South Vietnam. The ship carried vehicles, munitions, construction equipment, and personnel across open water, completing the supply chain between rear area depots and forward combat zones. Gun trucks were a specialized cargo. By 1967, convoy ambushes along Vietnamese highways had become a consistent tactical problem. Standard supply trucks offered no protection and minimal ability to return fire. The solution was improvised armor, mounted weapons, and dedicated escort vehicles that could suppress ambush positions while convoys pushed through kill zones. The trucks aboard this transport represent a single large shipment, likely destined for multiple units operating in the same theater. The armor modifications suggest preparation at a centralized facility rather than field improvisation. Welding quality is consistent. Mounting brackets follow similar designs. This was organized logistics, not battlefield adaptation. The ship departed Subic Bay on March 12, 1968, carrying the gun truck cargo along with crated ammunition, spare parts, and engineer supplies. The route required 4 days of open ocean transit before reaching South Vietnam's coast. Weather reports from that period show calm seas and good visibility. On March 14th, the ship transmitted a routine position report, placing it approximately 200 miles east of the Vietnamese coast. That was the last confirmed communication. No distress call was logged, no emergency beacon activated. The ship simply failed to arrive at Da Nang on its scheduled date. Search aircraft covered the projected route for 6 days. They found no debris field, no oil slick, no floating wreckage. The ship had vanished cleanly, and the official conclusion cited unknown causes, with possible catastrophic structural failure or undocumented combat loss. The second vehicle deck lies directly beneath the first, accessed through a wide ramp system that allowed trucks to drive between levels during loading. This deck holds 18 additional vehicles, packed in tighter formation. Some trucks are stacked too high on reinforced platforms, a practice used when transport capacity was strained. The preservation here is uneven. Several trucks have collapsed onto their axles, suspension systems corroded through. Others remain upright, their frames intact enough to show original configuration. One vehicle near the stern section retains its canvas cargo cover, now calcified by marine deposits into a rigid shell. The mounted weapons on this deck include several different configurations. Twin machine gun mounts appear on at least 4 trucks, positioned for simultaneous front and rear coverage. One vehicle carries what appears to be a grenade launcher mounting, though the weapon itself has deteriorated beyond clear identification. These variations reflect the experimental nature of convoy defense tactics during the period. Equipment remains visible inside and around the vehicles. Spare barrels for machine guns lie strapped to truck beds. Ammunition cans are stacked against armor walls. Communication equipment boxes sit behind driver's seats, their radios long since corroded into unrecognizable masses. Water cans hang from side mounts. Tool rolls are wedged into storage compartments. The deck itself shows signs of rapid flooding. Cargo that was not secured has shifted toward the starboard side, creating uneven piles of debris. Several trucks sit at slight angles, their wheels pressed against bulkhead walls. The loading chains that held them in place snapped during the sinking, but the vehicles did not tumble or overturn. The descent was steep but not chaotic. A third vehicle deck exists at the lowest level of the cargo section. It holds fewer trucks, perhaps a dozen, along with crated supplies that have merged into sediment-covered mounds. The water here is darker, pressure greater, and the ROV's lights reveal less detail. But the basic pattern persists. Vehicles parked in formation, equipment still aboard, convoy frozen mid-transport. The ship's disappearance occurred during the height of American logistical operations in Vietnam. More than 500 vessels were operating in the Western Pacific Supply Network at any given time. Traffic density was high, routes were predictable, and losses were expected, but carefully documented. No enemy action was confirmed against this particular ship. North Vietnamese forces operated patrol boats and laid mines in coastal waters, but their capability for open ocean attacks was limited. American submarines did not patrol this area. Allied vessels reported no hostile contact during the relevant time period. The most probable explanation involves structural failure. The ship was a converted cargo vessel, modified for military transport, but not built to naval combat standards. The lower decks carried tremendous weight. Gun trucks were substantially heavier than standard cargo vehicles due to armor plating and mounted weapons. If the loading distribution was miscalculated, or if a structural weakness existed in the hull, the ship could have broken apart quickly. Survivors from similar incidents described sudden catastrophic flooding, where compartments filled in minutes and the vessel sank before lifeboats could be properly deployed. In darkness, in open ocean, with minimal warning, crew survival rates approached zero. The wreck's condition supports rapid sinking. The vehicles remain in their loading positions. Cargo has not scattered across a wide debris field. The ship descended largely intact and settled on the seafloor without breaking into distant sections. This pattern matches a hull breach or keel failure rather than explosive damage or gradual foundering. Official records list 41 crew members and 12 military passengers aboard during the final voyage. No bodies were recovered, no personal effects surfaced. The families received notification of presumed loss at sea, a classification that closed the case without providing answers. For decades, the wreck remained unlocated. The search area was vast, technology was limited, and the war continued with new losses that demanded attention. The ship became another statistical entry in maritime casualty lists, its position unknown, its cargo unaccounted for. The gun trucks represent a specific moment in tactical evolution. Early in the Vietnam conflict, convoys were defended by standard infantry weapons fired from unarmored trucks. Casualties were high. Equipment losses were constant. By 1967, field commanders began authorizing permanent modifications to create dedicated escort vehicles. The armor plating shows expedient engineering. Steel thickness varies from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, depending on placement and available materials. Door panels received the heaviest protection. Cargo bed walls used lighter gauge metal to reduce weight. The windshield armor includes small vision ports, barely wide enough for a driver to see the road. These trucks sacrificed visibility for survival. Weapon mounting systems were standardized only in basic function. Each truck required a rotating platform, ammunition storage, and blast protection for the gunner. The execution varied wildly. Some mounts are welded directly to the truck bed. Others use bolt-on pedestals that could be removed for maintenance. The gun shields are semicircular, full circular, or angular, depending on the fabricator's preference. Several trucks retain their original olive drab paint beneath the rust. Unit markings are inconsistent, suggesting these vehicles came from multiple sources before consolidation for shipment. One truck displays a cartoon character painted on the armor, a practice common among crews who personalized their vehicles. Another shows kill marks near the gun mount, though whether these represent actual engagements or wishful thinking is impossible to determine. The ammunition storage reveals the truck's intended role. Each vehicle carried hundreds of rounds for its primary weapon, stored in metal cans designed for quick access during combat. The quantity suggests extended operations without resupply, typical for convoys running through contested areas where stopping was dangerous. Interior details show how crews adapted military trucks for sustained operations. Extra fuel cans are mounted externally. Water storage is doubled beyond standard capacity. Food containers are wedged into every available space. These trucks were expected to operate independently, far from secure bases, for days at a time. The preservation is remarkable given the decades underwater. Salt corrosion has consumed moving parts and thin metal, but the heavy armor remains structurally sound. The trucks are recognizable, their purpose clear, their modifications readable as tactical decisions frozen in steel.